I think this is another one of those videos where I need to stand because we're going to be building an enclosure for 3D printers and UV printers. I think this is for 3D printers that happens to fit my UV printer. I don't know. I got an email about this and they wanted me to check it out. And they said that I don't have to make a video on it. And I'm like, great, send it here. And then they said, so what's your content plan for this thing? And I was just like, don't have one because you said I didn't need to. And then they didn't respond for a while. I'm like, oh, they're just not going to send it then. And then they're like, okay, here's a tracking number. I'm like, okay. I opened it slightly because I was honestly a little confused. I kind of forgot about it. And I was like, what is this thing? It came wrapped in about 8 layers of plastic and bubble wrap. And these boxes were inside of it. So yeah, very nondescript, very Chinese. And here we are. I'm guessing this is the company BIQU. I think they also do like other 3D printing stuff. But anyways, it's just an enclosure. It should hopefully fit my UV printer. And it looks like it actually has like an active exhaust. So that's kind of cool. I thought this was just going to have a tube that went to the window. But it looks like it will actually push the air outside, which is cool. I'll just poison all my neighbors with UV ink. That's a joke. I'm not being serious. It has a humidity sensor and temperature sensor. Cool. A whole lot of tubes. And I think this other box over here is just the fan mount and the tube mount. Yeah, we got a fan here and tubing. Cool. I'm going to put all those boxes off to the side, put all that fan goodness off to the side. We'll start with building this. I did get this sent to me for free if you didn't catch that drift earlier, but generally it doesn't affect my thought process at all. If this is crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. Honestly, I'm going to give my honest opinion, and it will probably be a little more brutal than the people at BIQU were hoping for. This is called the Panda Shelter. Okay. Installation steps. Make a square. Okay. There are 12 pieces of straight connector. We got 8 here. Oh, okay. 16 short, 8 long. Cool. It doesn't even say, it literally just says connect them. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm gonna have to use some brain power here because the instructions not very clear. But if we have 16 short pieces and 8 long pieces, that must mean we connect 8 short pieces together to make 1 square, and then the other 8 should make another square, and then we use the long ones to make the 2 squares connect together. So let's get this out of the way. It is super easy to slot those in. So I'm just probably going to time lapse this. Now we can put corner pieces on like half of these or maybe all of these. There we go. Now you can see everything. Don't look at my feet. I know this is pretty much just a tent, but it feels like I'm putting together a tent. Cool. It came with an extra corner piece. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. I think we are actually supposed to put the squares in the tent. So I'm just going to unfurl this. Woo! That is stanky. So like, how do we put it in? Oh gosh, that smells so bad. That is rancid. Good thing there's going to be like active exhaust. But I think we literally just stick the squares in here. I do not have enough space for this. Whew. 1 square in. I'm like fighting with this thing. It feels like I'm assembling one of those like foldable sauna things, like a portable sauna thing. I say that like I've ever done that before. That stands up shockingly well on its own. I have not put the rods in. It is standing up. But I'm just going to put the long boys together now. And then just connect the 2 squares together. I think the hardest part is trying to get them because like now that the squares are in there, the fabric doesn't stretch very much. So it's hard to get it in both and I think I'm going to be very warm after this. So the second corner doesn't really want to go in very well, and I ended up pressing on the top like I did for the first corner, and it slid in like I was been doing this whole time. I just take it, pull it, push it in. Yeah, this part bent. So I don't really know what to do now. I'm just gonna keep going. Also, my sauna reference, it's warm when you have to stick your head in there. Also, did I mention it smells? Got the other one in, had to bend it there pretty significantly. It's done. Just gonna put it there for now. Really had to fight those tubes. Remove the fixed screws from the flange. Install it like that. Okay. That's fun. Whew. That's different smell, but it also has smell. Just gonna extend it on the ends. I have a portable AC unit, so I'm used to messing with these, especially since I just started bringing it out for the year. You don't have to use a yard of tape for that. Thanks, though. Again, you don't need that much tape. I said a yard. This is like actually a full foot of tape for this. So it's a bit ridiculous. So let's see. This into this into this. I don't. I assume. Huh. Okay. Here. So there. These. Oh, they're not connected. Okay. They just felt connected like this into this. Where'd those screws go? Okay. Do the other corner. Okay. Feels tight enough. And then this slides into there. Of course, it's flathead. There we go. Bad boy's not going anywhere. Okay. They don't tell me where the exhaust goes, but I'm assuming this goes into, I don't know. I see a cutout in there, so I'm assuming it goes in there. So I assume that I just did all these long screws for nothing. So I was supposed to do that within. Did I miss that part? No, it does not show you. And there's also like no adapter for the window to like have the air go outside. Do I just have the hose like near the window? Do I have to get my own adapter for the window? This isn't even gonna fit the adapter for my window AC. So yeah, I feel like I just assembled this for not a whole lot of gain. I guess what's gonna happen is I'm gonna come back in a couple weeks after using this and give my thoughts and maybe explain how I attached this guy to here, because I need to get out of this room before I actually sweat bullets. So yeah, it's been a few weeks, and I have not used this thing properly one single time. And as you can tell, this thing is large. I don't really know what to do here with this. Yep, no, that's not right. Maybe like this. The lighting, not so great anymore, but I think that's how I'm going to do it. This thing is very large. Oh my gosh, that is how close it is to the camera. My fingers are huge. I'm very glad that I am not contractually obligated to make a video about this thing. Let's put it that way. This has just lived underneath this table since I built it a few weeks ago. And had I bought this with my own money, I think I would still be disappointed with it. But like, I would have at least had the foresight to be like, I'm going to figure out the measurements and see if I actually have space for this thing, because I do not have the space for this thing. Even if I put my 3D printer in here, my P1S, which I don't know if it would fit in here. I assume it would because it is so large, would probably fit in there with the AMS. But it's like, for 3D printing, I'm not usually in the room for a ton of printing. So I'm not too worried about inhaling the fumes. I open the window a lot when things are smelly. Like I'm maybe not the best about making everything. I'm just going to put this down. I'm probably not the best about airflow and all that stuff, but I'm not like stupid, I care about the health of my lungs. especially when I am doing what I assume are more toxic plastics like ABS. I'm making this a well ventilated area. I'm not in here. The door is shut. The windows open. I don't want to breathe in melted ABS plastic because that's nasty. But like PLA, I'm sure it's probably not great for me, but the smell of it doesn't bother me. I don't feel like I'm gasping for air when I'm like working with PLA. This isn't the biggest room, but it's not like a cramped closet space or whatever. And I'm like pretty much only inhaling that stuff. Plus, I'm not really using my A1 Mini anymore. I'm actually needing to sell it. I just been lazy and not posted it yet, but I don't want it anymore. Since I have the P1S, I don't really need it. There's just a few times where I'm already printing something on my P1S, and so I'm like, I still have some filament in there. I'll go ahead and print something on here real quick. But that's an enclosed printer, my P1S, and it has an air filter in it. So again, not really worried about it. Plus, the only space it really fits is in the closet that the camera that you're looking at me through is in. And even if I had it in this Panda enclosure thing and had a second filter for all that air, the tube would not reach the window. This is the only window in this room. And so I'd have to put that somewhere else. And when they were wanting to send this to me originally, I never looked at it because I was just like, yeah, if it fits around the UV printer, I'll use it. Didn't realize that it would be like twice as big as the thing that my UV printer is sitting on. And I don't think it's like valuable enough to me where I can have this thing torn down. And when I am doing a lot of UV printing, that I can put this on this table, put the UV printer in here, then do a bunch of printing and have it like direct the airflow out the hose, out the window. Yeah, that could be good, but that'd be so much work for me to really not see that much results. The past few days, I have actually been trying to at least use this guy, just the fan part, which I still never ended up attaching to it because I haven't actually used the enclosure. The most I've used it is to put things on top of it temporarily and then forget about it because they can't really see it because it's been under this table the entire time. I've been trying to use this for soldering the past few days because my fume extractor that I use right now is on battery power and it doesn't work if you just plug it straight into here, which is really annoying because the battery does not last very long. It's got a very small battery in it, but this has 2 stages of fan speeds, and this just turns on and off. This is through USB power. It says on here it's 5 volts at not even a half amp. I think it's probably the same, if not a very similar. Actually, no, this is a different fan entirely, but it's about the same size fan. But I feel like it's mostly due to the filter. I feel like this filter is a little bit more dense than this guy and probably filters better, but the airflow from this fan is not nearly as good as the airflow from this fan. So when I use it, I pretty much have to solder right next to it versus this. I can be a little bit further away from this fan and it will still take the fumes away from me at the very least. Maybe not all of the fumes are going through the filter, but yeah, I can't even use this as very well as like a secondary when this thing runs out of battery. This just isn't very helpful for me as a fan. And to me, that makes me think that this probably isn't going to exhaust the fumes in this thing very well at all. Because it would now, like, assuming I could fit it where my UV printer lives, I don't think it would be able to carry the fumes along the tube and out the window. And even on top of that, like I have to probably make a custom or buy an existing attachment for my window for this tube that is on the floor over there to get it so it actually like fully exhausts the smell out of the window because I can put it up there, like I can even open it and then like close it on the tube so it like stays locked in the window. Pretty much 95% of the crack of the window is open. So it can come out of the tube and just come straight back in the apartment, doing nothing. So it's like, okay, even if I get it, this fan is just not that powerful. So it's not going to exhaust the fumes very well. And so even if I'm like running it for like 24 hours after I'm done doing any UV prints and I don't open the zipper at all, which I'm going to have to open it to get the printed object out of there and thus letting the fumes out that have now concentrated into this thing. Like it's just, I don't even think it's going to be able to push all the fumes out, even like in a perfect scenario, because this fan is so weak. And so even then, I've done a little bit of UV printing since I've gotten this thing. And what I pretty much was doing was just having the back end of the UV printer open, just cracked open because it opens on both sides. And then I had this right in the crack and then had the tube pinched into the window and trying to exhaust it that way while having as much airflow in here as I could. And it just didn't really do anything because this fan is not that powerful. So even if you just buy this, which this setup with the tube is $30, I don't think it's worth it. You can just get the enclosure for $70, which I don't think is worth it. Or you can get both for $5 less at 95 bucks. And I just don't think it exhausts well enough to be worth it. If you're using this like with a A1 mini or just a regular A1 or any other 3D printer that would fit in here, I think it'll probably do the job well enough. But again, like as soon as you're opening the zipper, all of that all those concentrated fumes are going to be pushed out the big opening. And so like I don't know, I feel like you'd be better off getting a nice big air purifier that you can put on the floor next to it and then just get as much airflow as possible. I think that's the better route to go. And again, if you do go to buy this thing or any other similar product, make sure you have the space to hold it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this thing. Maybe I'll try and give it away with whoever buys this A1 Mini. And if you're thinking, oh, he's going to put it on the garage sale side of his website, I am not. I'm sure BIQU has good products because I've seen a lot of people on Reels on Instagram using their like cool plates or whatever for 3D printing. I'm sure those are cool. This is a swing and a miss for me. I think it would be better if they used a bigger and more powerful fan for this, but $100, man, that's a tough sell. I don't know why this is $100 as a combo. This is a stretch to be $30. I doubt the filter is that expensive. This has got to be a pretty cheap fan. Screws and nuts are not very expensive. This is probably a very cheap plastic mold that already existed. And I'm sure those tubes are not very expensive in general. So they probably make a pretty penny off of this $30 device. If it was a better fan, more powerful fan, then I would say it might be worth it, but it is not. And it only comes with one filter. So do they sell the filters separately? I don't know. Do they even tell you what kind of filter this is and what the sizing is and where to get it if you need to buy one? I don't know. I was very disappointed and I didn't even really want this thing. I was just like, you know what? It would be smart because I don't want to breathe in the UV ink fumes because that stuff is nasty. It's resin. Do not breathe in resin. It is bad. I use a mask when I can. I have the door open and the windows open in as much ventilation as I can whenever I run that thing. Which thankfully isn't too often, but I would like it to be a little more often. So, buy my UV printed stuff, retroremastered.com, link in the description. Kintsugi GBA, PDX GBA. I should probably work on some more designs, but yeah. As far as for 3D printing, I think this is probably not very necessary for most people. So yeah, it's also ginormous. Like I know it's meant to fit an A1 and the AMS Lite, but it just seems like it's way too big for an A1 or an A1 Mini. I never actually tried to fit the UV printer in here, but I'm pretty sure it fits in here because I think that's why they reached out to me in the first place was for the UV printer. This already existed before the E1. I feel like if it was for my A1 Mini, then they would have reached out sooner, and they reached out before I pulled the trigger on the P1S. Anyways, thanks for sending this out. Is it BIQU? I don't know. I'm sure you have other good products, but this ain't it, Chief.